Have you ever sat down to work, to study, or to build something important and felt a physical resistance in your brain? You stare at the screen, you open a new tab, you check your phone just for a second, and suddenly an hour has vanished. You aren't tired, you aren't lazy, but your mind feels like a television with someone else constantly changing the channel. In our modern world, attention is the most valuable currency on Earth. Billion-dollar companies spend all their time and money engineering ways to steal your focus. They want you distracted. They want you scrolling. They want your mind scattered. But there is a group of people who refuse to play this game. The quiet 1%. They understand that in a world addicted to noise and endless scrolling, the ability to sit in absolute silence and focus on one single task is a superpower. It is the ultimate competitive advantage. Welcome back to the quiet 1%. If you are a deep thinker, an introvert, or someone tired of feeling mentally exhausted by modern distractions, you are in the right place. In our last session, we discussed mastering our emotions. Today, we're mastering our attention. Subscribe now to join us on this journey of quiet achievement. In the next minutes, we will uncover the biology of why your brain is addicted to distraction. We will expose the toxic myth of hustle culture, and I will give you the 3-step monk mode protocol used by the top 1% to achieve impossible levels of deep focus. Let's begin. Part 1. The Attention Economy and the Dopamine Trap. To fix your focus, we first have to understand why it is broken. You see, your brain is a highly efficient machine designed to seek out rewards. The chemical responsible for this motivation is called dopamine. Thousands of years ago, dopamine was hard to get. You had to hunt, build, or discover something new to get that chemical reward. Today, you have a supercomputer in your pocket that delivers unlimited, effortless dopamine 24 hours a day. Every notification, every like, every short video you swipe through gives your brain a tiny hit of this chemical. Over time, your brain builds a tolerance. It becomes numb. This is why reading a book or working on a long-term project suddenly feels incredibly boring and physically painful. Your brain is starving for the fast, cheap dopamine of the digital world. You aren't losing your mind. You are simply experiencing modern withdrawal. The quiet 1% recognizes this trap. They know that you cannot achieve greatness if your brain is constantly hijacked by cheap stimulation. To build an empire, to master a skill, or to find true peace, you must learn how to starve your distractions and feed your focus. Part 2. The Myth of Multitasking. Society tells us that to be successful, we must do a million things at once. We are told to hustle, to grind, to reply to emails while eating, to listen to podcasts while working, to always be connected. This is a lie. Neuroscience has proven that the human brain cannot actually multitask. It can only switch its attention rapidly from one thing to another. Every time you switch your focus from your work to your phone and back to your work, you leave a piece of your attention behind. This is called attention residue. By noon, your brain is entirely depleted. You feel exhausted, even if you haven't accomplished anything meaningful. For the quiet achiever, for the introvert who thrives on deep thought, this fragmented way of living is pure poison. It destroys your mental battery. The most successful people in the world, the top 1%, do not multitask. They do the exact opposite. They practice deep work. They eliminate all noise, they isolate themselves, and they focus entirely on one high-value task for hours at a time. They do not compete by working longer hours. They compete by working deeper hours. Part 3. The Monk Mode Protocol. How do we actually rebuild our attention span? How do we disconnect from the noise and unlock this deep focus? We use a strategy called monk mode. Monk mode is a period of intense, unbreakable focus where you completely shut out the external world. Here are the 3 steps to implement it today. Strategy number 1, the digital fortress. You cannot rely on willpower to stop checking your phone. Willpower is a limited resource, and the engineers who designed your apps are smarter than your willpower. You must design your environment so that failing is impossible. When you sit down to do deep work, your phone must be in another room, not face down on the desk, not in your pocket, in another room. Close every tab on your computer that is not essential. Turn off your internet router if you have to. Create a physical and digital fortress around your attention. If people cannot reach you for 2 hours, the world will not end, but your productivity will skyrocket. Strategy number 2, the 90-minute block. Your brain operates in cycles. It cannot focus indefinitely. The sweet spot for human attention is 90 minutes. Set a timer. For 90 minutes, you do nothing but the task in front of you. If you get stuck, you do not pick up your phone. You sit there. You stare at the wall if you have to. You teach your brain that there is no escape route. There is only the work. When the 90 minutes are up, you stop. You step away. You let your mind rest. 2 90-minute blocks of pure, uninterrupted deep work will yield more results than an entire 12-hour day of distracted, frantic multitasking. Strategy number 3, the practice of boredom. This is the hardest step. To reset your dopamine levels and regain your focus, you must relearn how to be bored. The next time you are waiting in line or sitting on a train, do not pull out your phone. Just sit, look around, be alone with your thoughts. At first, your brain will panic. It will scream for stimulation. Let it scream. By resisting the urge to consume content every second of the day, you are training your focus muscle. You are taking your mind back from the algorithms. Reclaiming your focus is not just a productivity hack, it is an act of rebellion. In a society that profits from your distraction, choosing to be focused, choosing to be quiet, is the ultimate flex of power. You have brilliant ideas inside of you. You have the capacity for greatness, but those things require silence to grow. Stop giving your attention to things that do not matter. Build your fortress. Do the deep work. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Let us know in the comments, what is your biggest daily distraction and which of the monk mode strategies will you use to defeat it? Subscribe to the Quiet 1% for more strategies on mastering your mind and protecting your peace. We'll see you in the next video. Stay focused, stay quiet.